MK Ultra Podcast starts right now.
2, 1.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the MK Ultra Podcast. I'm Marco,
I'm Kevin.
and let's talk about this.
Yes. What you look at me?
Who's
for?
Christopher Columbus?
Christopher Columbus is the goddamn. Here we go again. Christopher Columbus is the guy who discovered America in 1492, as we learned in history class. And now I'm going to get shamed on because that's all I know of Christopher Columbus, because I said to Marco, why do people say, fuck Christopher Columbus? I don't know much about Christopher Columbus. I understand that. I'll probably get hate. I only learned him in history class, in elementary school, in middle school, a little bit in high school, because, you know, when you talk about U.S. history, if you had that class, Marco, I know in LP, you start with world history, U.S. history, and then you did U.S. government. And if you want to be that person to go above and beyond, there would be another, I think it's like AP history or something, I don't know. But go ahead, Marco. Go ahead.
Well, you basically just outlined the biggest problem with my whole Christopher Columbus thing is that you only learned about him in school.
Yes.
And they don't teach you
And like I
about
said,
everything in school. And that's like the main problem.
And like I said, I know such little. I don't go above and beyond in like researching more on things, which I guess people love to do that all of a sudden.
Well, you have to research.
Well, yes, but
You have to research pertaining to what you generally talk about. So I generally talk about not even football or sports. I talk about Tom Brady. So I tend to research Tom Brady, like combat sports, diet, nutrition, and exercise.
Yeah.
So those are the things I study. So you probably study things about, like, you know, light exposure is in terms of how it creates shadows on a stage and fabric compared to this fabric and that kind of stuff.
yes.
Everybody researches different. But
If I had to do a paper on him, then I would do the research, but I never did a paper on him.
even still, more in the new age, it came out that really we hear about Christopher Columbus and genocide of Native Americans, but they treat it as two separate things. To where Christopher Columbus aided heavily in the genocide of Native Americans. So really, my biggest point against him, it was his journal, where he wrote, again, about how the good thing about natives is that they're stocky, they're hardy, they're very well built, and they're not very smart. So that way they could get them to basically enslave them without any trouble.
So what you're trying to say is that, like, the way how we treat how back in the day, the 50s, the 60s, even way past before their slavery, this is all because of Christopher Columbus?
Not the idea of slavery exactly, but the fact that the Americas were populated by a group of people that were there for hundreds of years already, living their lives freely and, you know, living their lives, established lives already, and he came in and started to desecrate the entire population of Native Americans.
Yeah, like you have people the same color, then all of a sudden you got this white dude that thinks that, of course, you know, that's a big thing too. And, you know, you see a white dude walk in and it's like all of a sudden it's royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing was, there was no, I think horses come from the Americas, but then they found their way over to Europe, and then these ones died out. So the modern horse comes from Europe, and they brought horses and cattle over because there was no cattle here. They had buffalo and deer and stuff. So the first time seeing a horse and a guy in like golden or at least steel armor with like a big gun and on a horse with a bunch of flags and shit, I can imagine how scary that was. Actually.
Yeah, and it's what is a musket? Muskets.
Yeah.
Seeing a musket, yeah. Don't know what it is.
Big burly dudes with.
You're big in,
beards.
but I just find it interesting what they should have done. Said you got loads of people. Do you all know how to shoot bows? Just
They did, and when they
the musket
fought
won.
back-
The musket won probably.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly how that
The
happened.
musket won. That's
The big thing was how Native Americans were interested in Europeans, I think, and they tried to understand them and extend the hand and be friendly, and the Europeans just thought, oh, fuck it, they're stupid.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I guess, of course, fuck. I forgot what I was going to say. I guess the knowledge overcome the power. There we go.
Yeah. There's a lot of stories, though, of people getting kidnapped by Native Americans from, like, white people once everything was established.
Mm-hmm.
They would get kidnapped by Native Americans and taken, and so basically they have to live the life of wake up, gather what you can, do the chores that you can, survive, and then, live in the wild. Apparently they like that a lot better than, like, the city life of fucking Jamestown or even London, England and stuff like that. So a lot of times I'd like to do that, but then again, I also like my phone and Madden.
Mm-hmm.
But I also enjoy fishing and hunting, and, I think I would enjoy having to live that, like, amazing natural life. Because I often, like, drive through Spring Valley and, like, parts of Peru and be like, what did it look like when it was all just trees? That'd be really cool.
Basically, now and today, want to realize what it's like with trees, just go to the country. But you were saying I want no, like, maybe like a little bit of marketplaces, but like 75% of it needs to be trees. You want to go like maybe back in the I don't want to say that because that's really depressing, but the Great Depression style a little bit probably.
I would like the exact society we have, just the ratio of city to nature. I think I'd like it flipped, because it's like there's cities everywhere, and majority of people live in big, massive cities in concrete jungle, and then it's just empty farmland with a couple of places that are just... Illinois Valley, I think, is very lucky because we have a bunch of nature still in the natural, Illinois, in Illinois land, and you can see big, tall grass, and you're like, oh, that's what prairie grass is supposed to look like, not the grass like we have on...
yards,
that grass isn't supposed to be there outside of Kevin's window. It's just not supposed to look like that. But Illinois... At least it's supposed to be tall. It looks kind of like hay.
That's why, to me, this is random. But it's like if you want to see like stuff that's not like this area, I feel like Montana like sticks out for just like having nothing and just
I would love to go to Montana.
I know. I was thinking to myself, I was like, out of all the places, I feel like North and South Dakota and Montana are probably the ones that stick out the most to have lots of green land in a way. Because have you ever looked on the map? When they show like the mountains, like this area has like lots of mountains, this has grass, there's trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look at North Dakota and South Dakota. It's completely green. It's like...
Oh, when they're showing like the climate maps and stuff like that?
Stuff like that.
That one. When it shows like the brown because it's drier, the white because it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, up there's pretty green.
And like Montana... like seriously,
we're a little brownish. We're kind of brown. It's weird.
Yeah, and then you look up over to the top right corner and you see... City. Just random city. It's like, look at all this brown green city.
All the Southwest is like tan because it's so dry and hot.
Oh yeah, Texas.
It's a different kind of...
Why am I saying Texas? Arizona.
That's on some different different shit.
It's kind of interesting too because Texas, New Mexico, trying to think of the other place. Colorado's above though.
Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico.
No, Colorado is above. It goes Arizona.
But the big four: Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah.
Utah's above Arizona.
Yeah,
but there's one more.
Who's that fucking?
Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Texas. So it must be.
I'm talking about that four corner.
Oh, the four corner is
So that's
Utah,
Utah,
Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. Because really, look at me in a circle. It's going around the corners.
That's how I always remembered that area. I don't remember. Obviously, I just had to ask Utah, but I remember it because of the corner thing. They all met up in that little space.
It's
there.
like it's also when you go to like the borderline of stuff and like, I'm in Canada, I'm in USA, I'm in Canada, I'm in USA. I don't think you can do that in Mexico though. It's like wall.
Oh god.
I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
I know. And then there's also this. I remember seeing this video too when they're talking about the four corner styles, but this is like, I think they were like Wisconsin and Illinois, and they have a sign that says "Welcome to Wisconsin," and behind them says "Welcome to Illinois." Then what the fuck is this middle?
It's just a line.
It's just a line.
Yeah,
you're in the United States of America right there.
Yeah,
that's this line.
I think if like a big crime happens close enough, both sides have to deal with it, and then whoever wants to take it. I don't know.
I don't know either. But you gotta do your research.
Do your
research, which I did too with one thing too. It's not N17, it's NC17. That's weird.
You didn't know that?
No, I thought it was N17. I thought it was rated R than N17.
No, NC-17.
I never knew that.
You know, the only reason I know that is because at the back when it was Carmike Cinema, and you'd go into the doors, you go to the right around the popcorn booth or whatever, they would have a poster with the levels of movie ratings of G, PG, PG-13, and then at the bottom said NC-17.
Yeah, I remember seeing that poster, but I always thought to myself, but like it's been a while since I've seen that poster because when I typed in Google movie ratings, the first image that popped up on Google Image was that poster that you always see at movie theaters.
Why not just do unrated?
Well, unrated, then you need to, and that would be a whole different thing because in trailers they always say not yet rated. So that might twist stuff around because I think you just need to it needs to know what category is in so the viewers know what to do.
I think
what's coming to them when they enter the movie theater for that movie, what they are ready for. So like rated G, okay, it's gonna be good, nothing too much. I can bring my kids. PG, okay, I can still bring my kids, but it might be some interesting, maybe a kiss. Ooh,
yeah,
I don't know.
Exactly. Violence.
Yeah. PG-13 is where
I think violence is where it pushes it. PG-13.
Yeah. PG-13
the level
has
of violence and swearing language. That's what it is.
Like what makes a rated R movie is the most interesting thing. If you say fuck, that's a rated R movie. Mm-hmm. If you say fuck,
PG-13 gets one fuck in there somewhere.
No. If you have one word fuck, it's rated R. I googled ratings when I did my first screenwriting. I was like, what makes a rated R, or is this more PG? And
I think I've watched
there was a couple fucks I put in there.
I think I've watched some PG-13s that had one fuck in there.
Yeah.
I've heard shit, definitely.
Mm-hmm. And a fun fact too with the word fuck. Have you seen Good Will? Yeah. Have you seen Good Will Hunting?
Not all of it.
Okay, well I did my research on that, and Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, when they were writing this, they had a bunch of fucks, and they were just like, we want it to be this rating. Okay, what do I need to do? You need to have one fuck. No, I'm keeping my fucks. I'll make it rated R because I feel like that they wanted it to be.
It's a rated R movie.
Yeah, it's a rated R movie just because of language.
Yeah,
and they were hoping to maybe have a PG-13, get some younger folks, but then they was just like, well, if you want that, you gotta remove some of your fucks, and they're like, we'll stay with rated R.
We ain't getting rid of the fucks.
No, the fucks help the movies, I guess. You know what I mean?
Well, Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. I've never seen Leonardo DiCaprio say the word fuck so much.
He's so good.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm still surprised. That's not an N17. Just think of all the moments. The language. You literally have Jonah Hill peeing on whatnot. He eats fish. He eats a real life fish. There's literally blowjobs happening in every freaking office scene, and then you have a guy who literally kills himself in a tub because he found out that the girl that he likes has, like, in the words of Leonardo DiCaprio, banged every fucking guy in that office already. And then you have a naked Margot that's literally caught on camera.
Yeah, a lot of it could have, but
yeah.
I honestly still haven't sat there and end-to-end seen it. I've just watched a lot of clips of it. It's still really good.
I haven't seen all of it. I want to. It's a 3-hour long movie.
It is?
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Huh.
But it got him a nominee and still did not get it. There's a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio movies that I am surprised that he never got Best Actor. He gets nominated, like Wolf of Wall Street, Inception, Titanic, The Aviator, Blood Diamond. I think, unless that was just in the category of movies that he has died.
Yeah, he didn't get nominated for Blood Diamond.
No, nothing but it's just like
it was not a good enough movie.
He's very big on having roles where he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think
because it's memorable.
Yeah, you put him in the category of actors who don't get awards and actors who die a lot, and Leonardo DiCaprio was in those categories.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it seems sad, but like, if I was Leonardo DiCaprio, I think I'd just be like, I got to be in a movie.
Leo's one of the best actors to ever live. It's
I
not
know.
like he was just in
I know,
a
but like
movie.
back in that time, it's like, oh, I'm in a movie, I get better.
His movies were always like critically acclaimed. Is
I
the
think
thing.
he got nominated for Romeo and Juliet too.
No.
I could swear. That's interesting too. A modern Romeo and
I love that
Juliet
movie.
with guns.
I love
Yeah.
that fucking movie. It's like number 3 on movies like I need to watch.
Well, the movie that I wanted to watch, it finished. Netflix is like, it's going off at the end of the month, and it's like, fuck. Inception. I wanted Inception. Inception was getting pretty good, and then I had to go to bed to go to work.
Damn.
And
Now thinking of Christopher Columbus, if they did a Netflix thing, which maybe they did. Who knows? I'll go look at it and see how they do the Richie Ramirez Night Stalker documentaries, the Ted Bundy stuff. They need
Documentaries are
They need
big.
to do Christopher like an actual Christopher Columbus thing on Netflix.
The last document I saw was the. It was also the first. No, the second document. The first document I ever saw on Netflix was Tiger King, and they're bringing season 2 out, which I'm excited for that. I think in about like 14 days. I think November 17th, season 2 gone. But the first document I saw was about the Indiana Pacer incident, where Ron Artest went into the stands. You never heard
got
of
in a fight.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
I don't think you need a documentary for that.
No, this is how a soon to be amazing dynasty crashed down after one incident. It wasn't even Ron Artest's fault. There was a bunch of fouls, technical fouls, and Ron Artest was just chilling, and all of a sudden a fan chucks a water bottle at him, and he just let loose because he just had enough. Because back in the early 2000s, I'd say 2004, 2005, the Indiana Pacers and the Detroit Pistons like hated each other. They were out for blood.
Oh.
All because of the conference finals where the Pacers came up short. I think went to Game 7, and then next season they like were they were out for blood, and they like destroyed them. And then I think that was the year of Ben Wallace starting, and Ben Wallace was an animal, and he just let loose on Ron Artest, and it was just bloodbath. But it was a really good document.
Well, the Netflix docu-series, that's the other thing. It's not documentaries anymore, unless documentaries are naturally in parts like that. But I thought I liked documentaries all in one, like 2-3 hour movie. But you can explain so much more in 10 episodes of like an hour.
Yeah,
which is why I think they should probably do a Columbus thing, like back in the Native American European meeting.
Yeah.
And I think people would watch the shit out of that because Netflix is so popular, especially the documentaries.
I feel like that Netflix is starting to learn that if we expand out episodes, we get more viewers. Because I feel like The Last Dance.
Oh, of course.
I haven't seen a single one, but I heard that it got like nominees and stuff like that.
It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty good.
What I would like for us to do our research on is Korean films. Like they're fucking phenomenal.
I'm gonna assume Koreans are known to have a crazy work ethic, which people are like, that's racist. Like it's racist to say those people work very well. I don't.
It's not. Take notes because all of Squid Game was just
Right.
They were just in the green box. That was it.
Korean people work amazingly hard, and they do very well because they are driven, and it's not just they naturally come out and start doing equations. They sit there from birth and expect a lot, and they fucking work at it. With doing math so fucking long, many times a day, you're gonna get really good at math. It's not like you just were born good at math.
Yeah, and they're ranked number 1 on technology. They know technology. Like, did you see when the Winter Olympics was in South Korea?
No.
Oh, geez. They broke the record for many technology like drone cameras. It was phenomenal.
I wonder if India is still number 1 for math. I don't remember when I checked that. It must have been years ago, but they were number 1 for math.
It blows people's minds because it's such a small country, but it holds like 2 million people.
I don't think India is that small.
Well, the way that our country is, of how dumb we are, it's like, oh, it's a small map. United States got more got more people, but then you find out like 2 million people fit in that shit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
2 billion. Yeah, I was gonna say United States does not have more people.
Yeah. Well, that's just how we are. That's just how our society
they naturally
is.
think we're better than everybody.
They think that we are the number one that we are the only state with freedom. It's like, no.
Well, that goes back to. Am I interrupting you?
Sorry, I logged out. I don't like it when it logs out.
That goes back to that. I think that's why probably Columbus that did what he thought he could. Well, that he wrote that they were just superior people, and they're nothing. Natives are nothing more than animals. So there was a. I don't know exactly when this happened. It must have been. It's 2021. It must have been somewhere around.
They found his emails.
2012.
They found his emails. It was stashed in a wooden flash drive.
Kinda. They found his journal. So
yeah,
I mean,
they found his journal.
They found his. What is that? 1492. So it's 1500. They found his 15th century journal.
I don't want to get into big politics, but it's just like I find this interesting how like we get upset at John Gruden. Get upset at Christopher Columbus.
Oh,
I understand that Christopher Columbus was a mass murderer coming from what you have been saying, all this murder stuff. But yet, Donald J. Trump. Oh, yeah, that's okay. He's an old guy. We understand.
No one said Kevin. Donald Trump has almost been canceled since 2008. I don't know where you're coming from on that. No one's half the country supports him, half doesn't. But so there's a lot of the same John Gruden energy there.
But yeah, he's okay, and John Gruden's not.
Says who's saying this? No one's saying he's okay.
I'm just saying. Have you not seen a single?
What are you saying?
Have you not seen him do his little like speeches at every state? How come doing?
Because he was the president.
No, before he should have been canceled when he was mocking.
Yeah, that's what everyone says.
Anyway, I don't care about politics. That's why I'm like I don't want to get into it.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, of course I saw when he was mocking everybody. I said the same thing. That should have probably been it. Because they're like, that guy does mannerisms like that. He was just making hand gestures. Even still,
yeah.
That wasn't okay.
And then they did a roasting on him, which everyone just let loose.
When he said bigly, Bigly, bigly.
What's that?
I don't know.
Bigly Chew?
The thing was, he said big league. Let's just call it what it was. The right, the Republicans were saying he said big league. It's not our fault you can't hear. To where the left said, no, he's an idiot. He said bigly to describe something. Like, say you're a millionaire in the stock market, your portfolio, it's huge. It's a portfolio that's bigly. That's how he used it. And I lost it all there. I could not listen to a single word he said after that. Yeah, it's about time.
Aye.
We're going to come back. Our pizza's going to be out of the oven. There was no pizza.
There's no pizza.
That was my take on a Rachel Ray episode where she's like, okay, we're going to put this pot roast in the oven for 350 for 4 hours. And then she turns around and she's like, okay, but we have this one that we just took out of the Bitch, you've been there for like 20 hours on set. That's a fake ass pot roast, and you know it. That thing was from Walmart.
Stick your finger in it.
You guys went and got that from Walmart and put this fucking pot roast in the oven just to make the shot. Everything's fake.
They like to trick you, and we can get into that later.
Everything's fake.
We'll be right back. Three, 2, 1.
Because Kevin doesn't do 1, 2, 3. He's a communist.
No, actually, when I was when we hit our like 1 year, I've always just want to like go back to episode 1, and I think the first few episodes I went 1, 2, 3, and I don't know what happened of just like flipping it to 3, 2, 1.
It don't matter.
Apparently it did use like because you don't say 1, 2, 3.
No, for a second I thought of if you guys seen Inglourious Bastards. The writing in that is crazy because when they ordered drinks and he's like, how many drinks did you order? He says 3. And he's like, oh, you know how I know you weren't German? Because Germans count with their thumb. I was like, whoa. So that's crazy stuff. But right before the break, Kevin and I were talking about I wish I knew his name. Something Midwestern, maybe.
Oh, the guy
Modern
with the beard. The
Midwestern?
guy with the beard and the hat. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about. I forget what his name is, but I know that he always like reviews Yeti stuff, and he's like, "But look at this crappy chair
the
that I got
Yeti
for like."
the Yeti dog bowl, which I don't know why you can't just use a damn Tupperware container, but apparently because it's Yeti.
No, and he does like the Yeti long chair, and it's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's got a couple, but with the power of duct tape and the Red Solo cup.
He reviews drinks like he'll do like
He did Bush Apple. He did Bush Corn.
but like I'm saying, he'll do what's Claw, White Claw. He did a White Claw and he put it side by side with a Bush, and he's like, let's try the Bush here, and he does the Bush. He does that like he says it, and it makes me laugh. Then he goes, okay, let's try the White Claw. Yeah. I think that's so fucking funny. I can't help it. See, that's like good content.
I can't do Bush though.
That's good content, but it's niche.
Yeah, it's interesting how like Midwest Bush Light is always the go-to, or like Bud Light, but it's like I can't
Here.
Yeah, around here. I don't know about anything else, but like the Illinois Valley, the go-to. When people have like a get together, like a party, or like celebrating Halloween or something, you always see them with a Bud Light or Bush Light, and it's just like swipe
Bush
left.
Light's cheap.
Swipe left. It's like swipe left. I'm good.
Yeah, you can tell a lot from someone's alcohol choice.
Yeah, you can tell that
a lot.
You can tell with if they have a Bud Light and a Bush Light, they're gonna be out in a couple of like 5 or 6 drinks. They're gonna have like 5 or 6.
Which number of Bush Light are you on, though, Jennifer?
Yeah. Mike's
It's
Hard.
only my foot one.
Whoa,
Mike's Hard is like another thing too.
Mike's Hard. Honestly,
but I can drink that though.
that's the thing. There's two things you got to think of. In my head, if I don't know you, and you're drinking a Mike's Hard, and I walk into the bar and I see you, really depends on what kind of dude you are.
We might have some good conversations.
We
maybe.
might have some good conversation, but because of two different reasons.
Okay, what are the other reasons?
He's a really cool dude that wants to get lit and have a great time doing it because you can just pound Mike's Hard for the fucking bottle for bottle and not think about it until you finally get in the car and go, ding. Oh. Or two, because he thinks I'm really good looking. That's why he's drinking a Mike's, let's be real. So I hope it's number one, but if it's number two, that's fine too.
Yeah, I know that my ex drank Mike's, but I haven't seen a person ever drink an Angry Orchard with me. I feel like I'm the only one in like Illinois that goes after Angry Orchards.
My thing with when I drink Jameson. So let's just take Jameson and exit out.
That's
so when
Scotch, right?
No, it's a whiskey.
Whiskey. My bad. Sorry, I fucked up. I'm sorry.
What is it?
I got you that for your birthday, so that's why I remember.
All Scotches are whiskeys, but not all witches. Not all whiskeys are Scotches.
Well, of course, witches are not that because they're humans. They're only humans.
That's what the witches brew was.
Where was I going with this? Let's take out Jameson.
Yeah.
When I started drinking, like my favorite drink is an Angry Orchard because I realized I just ran through the common bar roll of canned drinks: Coors, Budweiser, Miller Lite, Miller High Life, Bud Light. Just roll through it. Bottles, drafts, whatever. And I was like, beer is fucking awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. No.
And then someone cracked open an Angry Orchard.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, a month after that, I had about 8 6-packs of Angry Orchard just done under my chair in the living room. They're so fucking good. Any cider. And then I rolled through the list of ciders. Angry Orchard, Red's Apple Ale Green, Red's Apple Ale Pink, like the Angry Orchard Rosé, Strongbow, which that shit's dangerous. I don't like it because it tastes too much like water, but that's exactly why I don't fucking drink it, because I'll drink it all night. Angry Orchard's the greatest, but it's very rare that I have it anymore. So I'm with you on that.
Angry Orchard is always my go-to, though. It's just because I can have a couple and be like, this is still good. It's still good. Mike's Hard.
Then he has a couple more and he's like,
Yeah. Mike's Hard. You can have a few, but then it's like
it's a little much, right?
too much sugar.
A little much.
I feel.
You feel
Yeah. You feel it. It's just like lemonade, vodka, sugar. That's what it feels like. Because I had one last night, and I haven't had an alcohol beverage, I think, since my grad party last September of 2020, and I'm just like, whoa! I don't remember you being like this.
That's funny because I have one on the bottom shelf of my fridge door.
I have one more too.
I thought about it. I was like, I'm gonna drink that tonight. And I was like, I didn't.
I keep I keep on saying that. It's like every time I have like those days at work, I'm like, I'm just gonna drink.
I say that every day. Like, I'm gonna drink that tonight.
Yeah, but I don't. I
like Kevin's wines. All three of them. They have, if a bottle's this big, I have like this much left. My Captain, which is not a big one, it's probably like this, and there's probably that much left. My Jameson's pretty new, so there's not much that out of it.
Oh, you finally started drinking those birthday gifts I got you last year?
Bella really liked the Snoop Dogg one. I really enjoyed the other one. And then we have a white wine one that I cook with sometimes, and then I just drink it sometimes. They're all about the same right now.
Yeah.
Bella really liked the Snoop Dogg with a little bit of ice, and then top it with sparkling water, which I thought was a cool idea.
I found it interesting that night I was the only one that got you gifts. Like, really?
Yeah, because Kevin's the one that cares about me. Kevin's also the only one that filled my bang for fantasy on my birthday.
On your birthday. Well, it's just
I was like, none of you got me a fucking bang. No one got me a bang.
I got you bangs.
Maybe Bella got me a bang that morning.
Yeah.
But
I come in clutch with like, I got 4 presents right here. Which one? Oh, not that one.
I was like, 2 things, dog. My hair and bang. That's like the most outright thing about me, and I don't expect people to get me hair stuff because I'm very particular. But bang, just throw me a bang and I'm happy.
I think after your birthday, I started getting creative with gifts because before your birthday, I remember Matt's his creative party at like CC's, and then we went to round 1, did some arcades, karaoke. I got him I think a 12 or 24 pack of just. What did I get him? I got him something. It was beer. No. it was
Blue
beer.
Moon?
Yeah, Blue Moon probably.
Blue Moon.
I think I got him Blue Moon. But
no, 24 pack. You got him Pabst.
Blue Ribbon. I got it. I got him PBRs.
A little bit Blue Ribbon. $1.50 down at the bar. $1.50, motherfuckers. You hear that, Chicago people? I know that we probably have one. If you live in a town, if you live in a fucking city that has more than 100,000 people. I know for a fact they don't know what we're talking about.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
beers almost daily. No, because anywhere else, go to Bloomington, not that big of a city, right? Paying fucking $4 or $5 for a beer.
I haven't gone to a bar in a while, so I can't really say much.
$2.50 max for a local domestic beer.
You go to a bar a lot. I see.
I'm living in bars.
I see. I was like, oh yeah, because you're like music.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you go and just chill there. It's like, well, thanks for inviting me, man. Maybe I want to.
You're not going to want to hang out there. I know for a fact. And you don't know the people that I even know.
No, I'm just saying when it's just you, it's like, oh, you know
it's
what?
not just me.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot just go to a bar and drink there. Like, just walk in, sit,
I did
have
that
a
once.
drink.
I did that once.
I hate it.
It was weird. Yeah, it was pretty weird.
If I have to do that, I'm ordering food, and I didn't have time to order ahead, and I have to fucking sit there, and I have to wait for the food to get cooked, and I'm not just going to sit there and drink water like a goddamn pussy.
Every time this is back to the beer when we're talking about beers. Bud Light, I guess, is okay when I see a person drinks it. Bush, I say why in my head, and when I see Coors Light, I'm like, oh, so you like to drink piss, don't you?
I'm not drinking Coors Light.
I can't do that.
Beers take. Okay.
If we had to, if it was a chugging game, I guess I could try like.
No, see, that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Beers. Let's go domestics, because when you think domestic, like right up, just throw them. Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, because no one drinks just straight up Miller. Let's be honest. Budweiser, Bud Light, Miller Lite, Coors Light. That's really all Americans drink. Okay, right there, all taste the same.
Yeah,
they're almost the same company besides Miller.
Yeah.
Now
it's really hard to find people that have the unique taste.
Exactly. PBR, little bit altered
Not bad.
taste.
Not bad.
The Mexican beer is Modelo Corona.
I
Very
can't-
altered
I can't
taste.
do Corona. I'm sorry.
I can't even do Corona because I'd rather have Modelo.
It smells like a skunk. I think.
But the class of what you want to drink, you're right. If someone has a Bud Light, sure, dog. I'm not drinking Budweiser because it honestly tastes
Yeah.
gross.
I'll have one Bud Light with you. That's it.
Yeah,
I can't
I
do
guess I can throw Budweiser into the tail end of what I'm about to say, but Bud Light, like, I'll have one for you, buddy. It's okay. Someone hands you a Miller Lite, it's like, there's nothing else here, so I might as well drink this shit.
I'll drink half.
Now, if you hand me a Coors fucking Light, buddy, turn all Canadian or Minnesotan on you. If you hand me a Coors Light, buddy, oh, we're going. We are throwing fucking hands, bud. Yeah, don't hand me a Coors Light. That shit is so disgusting. I can't do it. But then again, I don't only drink whiskey, but I tend to drink whiskey often. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. But if I'm not going to drink whiskey, Tito's vodka is also very good.
Good job on keep talking there. Last time when I did, you just
And I
froze.
literally had it. No, like I had it, set it up perfectly, and I was like, and resume.
Yeah.
Nope, Gavin just got it. There's the end of my script.
Yeah. So when you were saying like,
No, let it go. Let it go.
no, these are my chopsticks.
Those are my chopsticks.
Anyway, when you brought up like, okay, there's a Bud Light. Yeah, I'll have it. Okay, this is my process. Bud Light. Okay, I'll have one. Miller Lite. I'll have half. But then the rest gets like you like. Oh man, that was a good drink. You dumped the rest.
Is it crunk?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, and then Coors Light. Like, oh fuck, no. Bush Light. Fuck no.
I will literally tell you I don't drink if you hand me a Coors Light. Straight up at that point anymore until I don't see you with my eyes anymore. I don't drink because you handed me that fucking Coors Light. That's how far Coors Light ruins my goddamn flow.
True.
Hand me a Bud Light. Hey, bud. All right. I'm not going home like for an hour. Whatever. Hand me a Miller Lite.
Miller 5?
I gotta drive, dude. You know, hand me a Budweiser. It's like, you know, I'm just not into it, man. Hand me a Coors Light. I don't drink. No, I'm fine. You guys drink all you want. We got wine. No, I don't drink.
I don't drink. I'll take that diet soda.
I'll take the fucking Coke.
Yeah,
I'll take the
that-
Diet Coke.
I'll take that liter of Coke that you guys haven't finished yet. I'll take that. You know, put it on the rocks.
Don't you have type 2? I do, but fuck that Coors
Yeah,
Light.
yeah.
I do
Put it on
have
the rocks.
type 2.
Put it on the rocks.
I don't have type 2. But
Yeah, give me a couple ice cubes. Give me that whiskey bottle. Give me that whiskey glass on the rocks, please.
you got
and
a
I'll
shoehorn or something?
and I'll just continue that. Let me just keep going with that. But yeah.
Nah, man. You got cornflakes?
Fuck you need cornflakes for?
Because I'd rather spoon dry cornflakes, not frosted, than drink fucking Coors Light. I'd rather get my carbs that way. Just give me I'm not even going to spoon it. I'm going to 6-year-old
That's gross.
with too big a box, pinch by pinch.
I don't know how people can do cornflakes though. Too. That's a skill. That's like
If it means avoiding a Coors Light, you can do.
That's like Fear Factor shit. There. That's like Fear Factor shit. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of cornflakes. That's Fear Factor. I could just see Joe Rogan. You know.
This episode,
do-
you have to endure breakfast time with a bowl of cornflakes unfrosted.
Well, no, it's like those episodes where it's like we do one good stunt. Okay, we eliminate one person. All right, this one you're gonna be okay. It doesn't matter. We just want to see who has the fastest time. Fastest time, you might get $1,000 extra to the winning thing, or whatever Joe Rogan says. Today, you're going to face your fears in the driest foods breakfast ever: cornflakes. No. Can we just lay in the box of
You losing
snakes? Can we lay in the box of snakes? No. Can I?
You know, Joe Rogan, this is not the first time I had penis before.
Yeah.
Again,
When
Chappelle show.
you walk
Too good.
when you have to walk across worms. Ooh.
They walk across. I think it's when they eat worms. They make them walk across like hot coals.
Oh,
and
hot
shit.
coals. That's what I thought.
Fuck that. Or like you have to turn the dial on a padlock as you're chained to a platform as it dunks in the water. What kind of... What?
Pull the lever and you'll be okay. Pull the lever, do it. That's basically what it's like. It's like, do it. I want you to do it. I want you to pull the lever. You're making me want to like sacrifice myself in cold water that if I'm down there for maybe 15 seconds I could die. Pull the lever, pull it.
Yeah, literally. And like, maybe we can talk about it next time because it takes up some time and explanation. But white people have this thing where they do stuff that they shouldn't be doing. Like, fear factor.
They want to be entertained. They want to entertain their audience by...
Like, but there's people who like paraglide and by themselves. They're not trying to impress anybody.
Or they do that like flying squirrel thing where they like...
I think that's paragliding. No.
Where they like jump out and then they have to expand and they got like wings.
Parasailing, you're getting pulled behind the boat on the paraglide. The paraglide. You're jumping off. You got the thing under you like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh, yes. How do you land?
Base jumping? I think what you're talking about is base jumping.
I
know
it just looks like a flying squirrel.
No, exactly. I know exactly what you're talking about. In the new Point Break, if you guys need a reference. I don't know. I've never seen it, but they do that in the new Point Break instead of actual skydiving, but it's not. Base jumping, I think, is what it's called.
You got to do your research, I guess.
Exactly.
Got to do your research. That's all we've been talking about.
Do your research. If you're 14 and you're about to be a freshman on the soccer team, research soccer. Research like the positions, research techniques, research what professional soccer players eat and what they, do for exercise. If you're like Kevin and in theater, research dictation. God damn it. Red leather, yellow leather. Which I have horrible dictation in my natural speaking, but,
Well, right now my research is how do you do this in the screenplay?
Exactly.
Speaking of screenplays, right there. It's my first draft of my second screenplay.
In that box?
Yeah. I think we have time for me to just whip it out and show you.
Fuck it.
There you go. Here you go. This is my first.
As much as it's like 75-25 split between Kevin's portion and my portion of the pie, compared to them, this is my fucking show. Okay? We're going to look at this screenplay.
What am I to you? What's the K for?
That's what I said. No, cake. I tried to make a little.
Oh, the K is this.
Cake.
Oh, cake. I like cake. Ignore the title. It's just a title for now. It's a first draft title.
Kevin, this is where you're supposed to entertain people.
So he's reading this. He's reading a bit of the script, but that script is 144 pages long. It's 144 pages thick. I went up 2 pages than I did before. But a big thing to do on researching when you're doing typing as well for screenplays, invest in Office 365 because Google Docs. What I found out from my first one is that, yes, I did 142 pages of my first screenplay, but what I found out is that Google Doc or Google Word, whatever it is, it only fills up 75% of the page. It only does 3/4 of a page. So what you believe is page 2 is actually the rest of your first page. So instead of 142 pages, when I transferred it over to Word, when I finally got Office 365, I found out that it was actually only an hour and 55-minute long movie, which that's 115 pages. So I was happy about that. I really wish that we were close to 2 hours because that's what I wanted to. But this one right here, the first draft right now, is 2 hours and 24 minutes long.
Yeah, 365 has PowerPoint, Excel. Yeah. If you have a business or you're keeping track of things like anything like workouts.
Yeah.
If you're into exercise and weightlifting, put your bench press week 1, week 2, week 3. You could track it that way. Track it. Use it. Excel for anything. Use Word like Kevin's using.
Word is definitely the way to go. Don't do anything else. I know there is an actual thing. It's called like Final Cut something, Final Cut 13, and that's dedicated to screenwriting documents. But I feel like you can just. I know it's a subscription now. Friggin' Word is a subscription, but like if you have the money, it's like maybe like $7 a month. Just invest in Office 365. It does everything for you, and yeah. My
only critique.
What you got something against
I don't know,
it?
I feel like
Oh,
people
okay.
always say it. No,
Well-
literally, my only critique that I saw straight up, and it's not even like. It's honestly just productivity critique. Just bold your character notes for their lines, their names. It's easier to read.
You can't do that. If
What?
You, yeah.
Yeah. See now, go to Final Cut. Fuck everything.
No,
you just said.
if you do lots of bolds, it throws the reader off. Apparently, yes, you can the things that need to be capitalized.
Before you elaborate, is this your reader or the screenwriting people's?
The
reader?
screenwriting people, there's a bunch of critiques that bold is not a good thing. I used to. Let me just get a little dialogue here. There is a dialogue here that I used to capitalize the continue, like they're gonna like they're continuing to say the line, and I thought it's okay to capitalize that, and that's a no. The things that need to be capitalized are your interiors and exteriors, the person that's speaking, new characters that you haven't introduced yet in your dialogue, and then after that, do not capitalize them anymore. And then like special props, sounds. So if you said bedroom, like he's laying on his bed, do you really want that capital? Do you think that needs to be capitalized or not? If
No, it needs to go in a bracket.
What?
It needs to go in a bracket.
There's no brackets. I blew your mind away
Okay, perfect time.
with that thought.
So we're gonna leave off here now that my blood pressure's up with a little note. Ready?
Yes.
Theater is superior. This theater scripting is superior.
This isn't theater scripting. Theater scripting is another whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally what I just said. Theater scripting is superior.
This is film script.
Mm-hmm. And theater scripting is superior.
Yeah, two different things. But I feel like theater scripts don't need a lot of description.
Huh?
Yeah, you don't need a lot of description for theater scripts. You can do like little bits, but like you don't need to be in like a huge descript.
I feel the
It's
complete opposite.
a lot. It's a lot of to handle.
And I understand. That's why I feel the complete opposite of you, because compared to movie, you're not just looking at 16:9, to where you can show everybody. I don't know what we said we're going to do in the next podcast. I literally just forgot. But what I would really like to fucking talk about is how I hate that we have to look in the background for blurry images of fucking movies now to see what the director actually meant, and signs that show you what the fucking point of the movie was. But in movies, it's too easy to hold you on a still image that doesn't matter, because the actors and what they're saying is the most important part. In theater, the actors and what they're saying completely is involved in the environment that everyone can see. So I think, again, we both come from that background and the movie scripts that I've seen, and they're probably just
We'll
for
just
the
say
reader
industry.
to do.
We are in the industry
Yeah.
of like all this.
For what I've seen, when they do that bottom reading to show you if the movie matched up,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that's just for lines, but from what I've seen of movie scripts, they describe bullshit. They describe the person, where they're at, and their emotion.
Yeah, pretty much.
Theater describes the person, what they're wearing, their emotion, their place on the stage, where they're going, the background lighting, if it's dark, if it's light, if they're in summer, if they're in winter. It describes everything, because you have to have that, because everyone's looking at that too.
And there are some times that they don't have that, and they have to just think of
then
a
you need a good
theme.
director.
You need to think of a theme in like theater. They give you a theme, and you do that. That's basically it.
Shit.
Yeah. This I think is probably simple than theater scripts, but I still like it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying though? Like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
and apart from that, like that's just a personal feeling. Like y'all can take that,
Mhm.
tell me to go fuck off, and I'll agree with you on that one.
Fuck
But
off.
I feel I'm so right in saying the cop outs from and now with the new Halloween, which we both saw. I saw it the other day. I thought it was okay. You thought it was okay?
I like.
You
it.
liked it better than the first.
I need to see the first one again.
Fair enough.
Because I know we both had a moment that was like,
Should have watched it again.
yeah, should watch it again.
Okay, do this fast. I thought the first one was better. He might like the second one better. Doesn't matter.
Because
Opinions.
he has badass entrance, and I'm just
Yo.
gonna leave it off there. Gonna leave it off there. That's probably why.
I think the new formula is going to be take the side characters, especially the ones who really don't matter in the story. Take your acting just down a few notches. So basic acting can seem like the superior character. Jamie Lee, well, it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Very flat character, nothing special about that. It wasn't Daniel Day-Lewis, it wasn't Tom Hardy level acting. But everybody else in that fucking movie was horrible. How the fuck did he get in there? Oh my god, is that Michael Myers? What the hell is that? You really hired these people? Like, the director doesn't look at that and go,
Are you serious? All I can think about when you said it is like that sounds a lot like the couple that dressed up as the doctor and nurse. That was
that's literally what I'm talking about.
that's like
Think of their acting. Y'all watch the movie, think of their acting, and then how basic Jamie Lee Curtis is.
and I gotta say real
That's
quick.
the new more
Yeah.
movie formula.
Yeah.
I'm calling it right now.
And I gotta say real quick, learn how to shoot a gun. If it's a
How
prop
to
gun.
shoot. Oh,
Learn how to shoot a gun.
you're from me to Kevin, but camera work does its magic, but
Yeah.
we're not that far.
And if you're doing this, that's not good handling. Learn how to do a prop gun.
And also, I should not have to look in the background and look at people's vests for pins and bracelets and like the billboard on a fucking skyscraper 2 miles away from the character in the background of a city shot to know what the fuck's going on in your movie, bad director. That's why Kevin's going to take the world over by storm with this new script, and we're going to take over all of the platforms that we have this podcast on, like...
Holy shit! You hit the camera.
I did. That was going to be really cool, and it was really fucking stupid.
I'm glad it didn't fall down. But yes, we're gonna take over the platforms. We only have 2 right now, but we hope we do with Podbean and Spotify, and of course YouTube. Follow us at MK Ultra. And I guess he wants me to do the outro again. Thank you very much. God dang it. This is 3 times in a row, man. You're throwing me off. But thank you, everyone, for watching the MK Ultra podcast. I'm Kevin.
I'm Marco.
And don't forget to follow us on our platforms, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. And once again, we will see you in the next one.